Hello, welcome to Little Tinted World. So this video is a huge book haul. I didn't realise that I had been buying so many books recently, but you know when books just mount up? That's what's happened to me. And now I've got a massive pile next to me to share with you. So get yourself a drink, cup of tea, piece of cake. Let's get started. This is going to take a long time. I'll try and be quick. First book I have, The Young Victoria by Alison Plowden. This is a book that I kept seeing in bookshops and I was like, I want it, but I didn't get it. And then I was in a Waterstones and I couldn't resist, so I caved in and got it. I really find Victoria quite interesting, and I'm really starting to find the young Victoria in particular quite interesting, so can't wait to read that one. The next book that I found was in a charity shop, and this is Mistress of the House, Great Ladies and Grand Houses by Rosemary Bird, I'm not sure. This, as soon as I saw it, I literally saw it and read the cover, I was like, yep, it's about women in the, I think, 17th, 18th or 17th, 16th, 17th, something like that, around the Georgian period, and their grand houses, etc. And I thought, this book is me. I know I'm gonna love this, so got that, can't resist. The next book I picked up from a charity shop as well, and this is called Dearest BT, My Darling Jack, a Victorian couple's love letters, and that is literally what it says on the tin. It is literally Victorian love letters, so I'm really intrigued to read their story. The next is also from a charity shop, as most of these are, and this is Jane Austen's World, The Life and Times of England's most popular author by Maggie Lane. You know I love Jane Austen, I love her so much, and also Colin Firth was on the cover, so you know the real reason for this purchase. This is to do with all things of that kind of Regency period, from you know the grand houses to the dances to the fashions, everything that you can think of to do with Jane Austen. The next book I bought for both me and my mum to try and read together. It's called The Shop Girls, a true story of hard work, friendship and fashion in an exclusive department store by Ellie Seymour. It's what it says on the tin. It's set just after the Second World War, and I love fashion, I love shopping, and I thought I'll really like this, and I think my mum will really like it too. The next one I got was a historical fiction. This is Queen's Gambit by Elizabeth Fremantle. This is a historical fiction focusing on Catherine Parr, which is Henry VIII's last wife. And this I think is, I'm not sure if it's set you are Catherine Parr sort of thing, like in first person or third person, I'm not sure. But I like ones that are set and you follow the actual monarch themselves, if that makes sense, rather than like a made-up servant. So I'm excited to read this, although it just says perfect for fans of Wolf Hall, and I didn't like Wolf Hall. I couldn't actually read it, so hopefully I'm going to love it, because I've been craving some historical fiction recently, and as you know from my Declutter series, I got rid of them, so yeah, oops. I also picked up The Princes in the Tower by Alison Weir. I found this one finally. I've been after this one for absolutely ages, but I found it. I then picked up two books on gardening because I've reached that age. Gardening is an important part of my life, despite the fact that I don't actually have a garden. I picked up Tudor and Stuart Gardens and Victorian Gardens by Anne Jennings. I'm trying to get the Georgian one that goes in between, but I haven't got it as yet. These are quite simply books that talk about the garden of that age, so what the gardens were used for and how you can recreate it yourself, which I think is quite interesting, especially for me because I don't have one, so I'm not sure how I'm going to recreate that. The next I got 13 Guests by J. Jefferson, is it Farron? I'm not quite sure. It was only £1.25. These books I am picking up from charity shops or I'm buying on my Kindle. I'm not buying them new anymore because I find some of them a bit hit and miss. Like I've been trying to read one recently and I wasn't too keen. So if I've seen them in charity shop, then I'll pick this up. I have no idea what it's about, but some of them I absolutely love, so they're worth picking up for me anyway. Then I have Letters of Queens of England, edited by Anne Crawford. You might be thinking, didn't you get one of these not too long ago? Yes, I did, but that started with the Tudors and worked its way through. This one starts with the Norman Queens and works my way through to the Tudor Queens. So it's got the earlier ones, so they are the ones that I needed. Plus it was only £1.99, what an absolute bargain. The next one I completely blame the lovely Hannah from Hannah Tay. She featured this book and I was like, I need this. And I ran onto eBay and I found it. This is the history of the tale of Peter Rabbit. Look how gorgeous this is. So this is literally how the tale of Peter Rabbit came to life, including the famous letter that she wrote and some letters back and forth to her publisher, etc. So I'm really excited to get through reading this one. Next I have Charlotte and Lionel, a Rothschild love story by Stanley Weintraub. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But what really intrigued me about this is it says a love story set in the background of the great wealth and power. Love it. Victorian England, wealth, power, biography, love story. I was like, yep, sold. It was only like £2, so I thought I'd give it a go. Another charity shop bargain. I have The Single Girl's To-Do List by Lindsay Kelk. I've never read a Lindsay Kelk before. I know she's done the I Heart series, but I haven't read any of those, although I've heard that they're really good, so I don't actually know where to start, and I saw that one and I was like, for 99p, I'm going to give that a whirl. Also, blaming Hannah for this one too. This is A Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. Hannah, you're making me buy books. Thank you. This is utterly delightful. It is a diary, so like April, May, June, July, but has images and diary entries, but all things nature, garden and botanical. Very me right now. I'm very into my gardening. Also, a charity shop complete bargain, The House of the Tudor, another Alison Plowden one. So the first one, the Young Victoria one, this is the same author. This I saw in a charity shop, but I had been seeing this in Waterstones, but I wouldn't get it because I was like, I've got enough books on Tudors, but for the sake of £1.99, I definitely don't have enough books on the Tudors, do I? No. From a National Trust property, I picked this up. This is Women and Power, The Struggle for Suffrage by Sophie Duncan and Rachel Lennon, followed by Laura Bates. This is the National Trust little pamphlet thing. It's cost me £5 on the history of the suffragettes and probably ties National Trust properties into it too. So I'm quite excited to read that and see if there's any women to do with National Trust properties that were quite instrumental in the suffragette movement. The next book, actually, I didn't buy. Well, I did buy it. I bought it for my boyfriend's birthday and he said I could read it, so I thought I'd include it in this haul anyway because I'm planning on reading it. It's Rick and Morty, Volume 1. This is a graphic novel. I really like graphic novels, as you know. Or is this a comic book? I suppose it's a comic book because it's continuous, isn't it? And I have been told that it's really good and I like the TV series. My boyfriend said it's a bit different to the actual TV show, but it's still really good, so can't wait to read that, and that'll be a quick little read, won't it? So next I have Intimate Letters of England's Kings by Margaret Sanders. This is the other one, so I have the England Queens, this is England Kings, and this one again starts with the Tudors and goes on, so I've got the set. And next, couldn't be more different, this is Wonder Woman, The Ultimate Guide to the Amazon Warrior. This is the 75 years one, I think, celebrating her for 75 years. This has got so much stuff in it. I can't wait to read it and, you know, start right back at the very beginning again in the 1940s. I have read her first one, but I haven't read loads in between. Another massive book, this is The Great British Treasury of Beatrix Potter with her original illustrations. This was £3 in a charity shop. I was like, oh, this needs to come home with me. I don't know what's happened to all my Beatrix Potter, but I've now ended up with about 5 and I was like, I need more in my life, and I saw this and I was like, you're coming home with me. Yes, I talk to my books. In a second-hand bookshop, I came across The Private Lives of Cheatham Onyx. This is an old folio society thing, and whoops, wrong way around. And I wanted this because it had part of Edward VI's journal, which I want to get, but it's like 40 quid. And this was 3, so I thought I'll stick with this for now. Then also from charity shop, I picked up this, although it's absolutely brand spanking new. This is Liberty by Lucy Moore, The Lives and Times of 6 Women in Revolutionary France. This is me trying to get into European history. And I'm really interested in actually the French Revolution, so I thought women biography meets French Revolution. Hopefully it'll entice me to read it. Then I have Christopher Hibbert, Elizabeth I, Personal History of the Virgin Queen. This was on my wish list and I nearly bought it and I was like, oh no, don't buy it. The next day I saw it in a charity shop. Wait, don't you love it when that happens? Complete bargain, £1.99, thanks very much. Then finally, because I am absolutely melting, I've got some mysteries, some murder mysteries that I've been buying recently. First up, I bought myself a Georgette Heyer, not sure, Footsteps in the Dark, which is the first murder mystery. She's known for her romance work that she's done, but this is the first one. I've been told that these are really good. I'm so excited to read it. I'm like, please be brilliant. I want a new detective golden age writer to really get my teeth into. And then finally, Patricia Wentworth. I've been buying some more books. First off, look at this copy of Latter End. I like the copy, but it doesn't sit with my others, so I might get a nice replacement. But I also picked up The Traveller Returns in the nice copy, Pilgrim's Rest, and Eternity Ring, because they are changing the covers. It always happens to me. I start to get into a series, and I think, right, I'm going to get the whole books in the series, and then they change the covers. So time is against me, so I need to kind of hurry up and get the collection. So there we are. That's all the books. I hope you enjoy this book haul. I am absolutely melting because it's absolutely beautiful here in England at the moment. Let me know in the comment section which book I have shown you which intrigues you most, and have any of these books now gone on your wish list. So that's it for today's video. Take care and I shall see you in the next one.